At Fort Bragg, under the blazing sun of North Carolina, soldiers stood in ranks for weapons assembly training. A seasoned sergeant, battle-worn, respected, and never wanted to go easy on anyone, burst into laughter when he saw a tiny girl walk in, carrying a pistol barely the size of her hand. "What is this, kindergarten?" he mocked, loud enough for everyone to hear. But what happened next? How this little girl, no more than 11, picked up an M4 rifle and assembled it in 8 seconds, left even the hardest soldiers speechless. This isn't a story about weapons. It's a story about courage, loss, and how one girl silenced a room full of warriors. With nothing but her heart, Fort Bragg's training field was known for one thing. It turned strong men into stronger soldiers. Every week, elite troops trained there with the best equipment and strictest discipline. That week was different. It was Family Interaction Day, a rare moment where soldiers' families could witness and, in some cases, participate in non-combat training. It was meant to be symbolic, harmless, educational. Among the crowd was a petite girl named Lena dressed in army green cargo pants and a pink baseball cap. She stood beside her grandfather, Colonel Marcus Hale, a retired Special Forces commander. Lena clutched a tiny .22 pistol in her small hands, a training model her grandfather had given her. Soldiers glanced over and smirked. Then came Sergeant Bryant, the head instructor, known for his no-nonsense attitude. He glanced at Lena, then at her pistol, and chuckled. "What's next?" "Nerf guns and baby bottles." The crowd erupted in laughter. Lena said nothing. Her eyes met the sergeant's and held. Grandpa Hale stepped forward. "Let her try, Sergeant." "Try what?" "Assembling a real rifle." Bryant scoffed. "Yes," Hale replied calmly. "M4, standard issue. Let her give a shot." Everyone fell silent. The M4 carbine was no joke, an essential military weapon with multiple parts, each requiring precision, strength, and speed to assemble correctly. No ordinary child could do it. Sergeant Bryant leaned forward. "All right, princess, let's see what you've got." He motioned to one of the soldiers to bring over a disassembled M4. Parts were laid out on a table under a stopwatch. Lena stepped up, adjusted her cap, and took a deep breath. "On my mark," Bryant said. 3, 2, 1, go. Lena's fingers flew over the table. She snapped the lower receiver into place, locked the bolt carrier, secured the charging handle, and slid the upper and lower receivers together with a click. Sergeant Bryant was still watching in amusement until his jaw dropped. "Time!" shouted the assistant. 8 seconds. Flat. Silence. A room full of elite soldiers had just been outdone by an 11-year-old girl. Bryant blinked. "Who taught you that?" "My dad," Lena whispered. "He was Army. He taught me everything before he deployed." The crowd now stared not with laughter, but with respect. Lena's father, Captain Daniel Hale, had been killed in action a year ago during a classified mission overseas. He was known as the Ghost Builder, a nickname earned for his speed in assembling weapons in combat zones, under pressure, even in complete darkness. Before he left for that final mission, he'd spent every evening teaching Lena everything he knew. "Don't be afraid of what's in front of you," he told her. "When everything breaks, build it back. That's how you win." After his death, Lena didn't cry. Instead, she picked up the rifle he left behind, disassembled, and swore she'd put it back together every day until she could match his speed. 8 seconds. Her tribute. Her mission. Sergeant Bryant, who had mocked her just minutes ago, now walked toward her slowly. The entire training field was watching. "You know what assembling a rifle in 8 seconds means?" he asked. "It means survival. It means heart. It means soldier." He then did something no one expected. He saluted her. "Permission to shake your hand, Miss Hale?" Lena nodded. Her tiny hand reached out and met the firm grasp of a man who had once doubted her. The soldiers began to clap, then cheer, and then chant. 8 seconds. 8 seconds. Her grandfather's eyes welled up. For the first time in a year, Lena smiled. Lena was invited back to Fort Bragg 2 weeks later, this time not as a guest, but as an honorary junior instructor in a special youth training program they launched in memory of her father. The program? Project Ghost Build, teaching kids discipline, respect, and confidence through structured mechanical assembly, inspired by combat readiness. Lena stood in front of a group of kids aged 9 to 13. She held an M4 training model and said the words her dad once told her. "Don't be afraid of what's broken. Fix it, build it, own it." The military even engraved her father's name into the training center's wall, with a plaque that read, "In honor of Captain Daniel Hale, the Ghost Builder, and his daughter Lena, who built more than weapons. She built strength." This isn't about war, or rifles, or proving you're strong. This is about never underestimating anyone, especially not a little girl with fire in her heart and a legacy in her soul. Lena didn't show up to impress. She showed up to remember, to honor, and in doing so, she changed how an entire battalion saw strength. Not as muscle, but as will. Because sometimes the tiniest hands carry the biggest power. Next time someone laughs at what you carry, remember Lena. She walked into a room full of doubt and walked out with a salute. Not because she was the biggest, not because she was the fastest, but because she had the courage to assemble what was broken. In 8 seconds, she proved that heroes come in all sizes. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and press the bell icon so that you can receive notifications of every new video.